Hello, hello, hello. Hope everyone is having a fantastic day today. Yeah, we didn't stream yesterday. Some stuff did come out. I just can't wait. And just for this whole thing to come together as a team, as a roster, and frankly, the season can't come here any fast enough. So appreciate everybody coming in today. It is Monday. I hope everyone's starting off their week really well. Hope everyone had a fantastic weekend too. As we heard the news today, it looks like the Eagles try to go after Nick Foles. It looks like it was pretty legit that they actually tried. I don't know how much Nick Foles got paid on the 2-year deal, but for me, it's like I was kind of surprised because I'm like, they have Minshew here, they have Jalen Hurts, on his little tryout year this year, and I didn't think they would even have interest in Nick, because in the past, even when they tried trading, Carson Wentz, they didn't even acquire Nick Foles. They didn't try to, and he was, I forgot he was on the Bears at the time. I forgot what team he was on at the time. But I hope, in the future, they roll with, they're rolling with Jalen Hurts and that's it. You know what I mean? So I hope everyone's having a good day today, guys. What's going on, guys? What's going on, Trent? What's going on, Tribe? What's going on? Pathia, what's going on? Charlie said McNabb made us contenders every year. We haven't had sustained success since he left to ignore what he did for this franchise. Yeah, no, I mean, I would never disrespect Donovan McNabb. I mean, Donovan McNabb in his prime. Jesus Christ, with what he had around him, too. I mean, Suo, what's going on, bro? Joe says, please hit the like button. Appreciate it so much, Joe. Yo, Killer, what's going on, man? Yo, Ryan, what's going on, bro? Maverick is pissed off about something. I guess maybe trying to go after Nick Foles. I don't know what the case is there. Second says, what's up, Joey in chat? What's going on, bro? Richie says, Colts to the Super Bowl will meet our Eagles. Depending what happens, I mean, it could be Nick Foles against Jalen Hurts. I mean, who knows if Matt Ryan's going to work out over there? I mean, they gave up a 3rd-round pick for him, but, if Matt Ryan ends up getting hurt or something like that, I mean, you never know what could happen. You never know what could happen. Tyler says, did you see how the Phillies won the extra innings last night? It was amazing end and hope. Yeah, they came back had the comeback win against the Dodgers. Yeah, I saw it. Ron says, Shakes, what's going on, baby? Happy Monday, man. I hope you're having a great day. I'm having a fantastic day today. Fantastic day. Risa Minshew is no Foles, not even close. Nina, what's going on, Nina? Congratulations to your mother, by the way, on being widely, thought of by the world with the Janet Jackson stuff. I thought that was pretty cool. So congratulations on that and getting all that publicity from that, which was crazy how crazy that blew up. So hope your mom's doing good. Miguel says, hope you had a good weekend. It was a good weekend, man. It was relaxing. Kevin says, hey, Shakes, enjoy your show. Appreciate it so much, Kevin. Luck says, if we sign Nick, the whole fan base would turn on Jalen and want Nick to star. That probably would happen. Probably would. I mean, look, I think it was for Nick Foles coming to the Eagles wouldn't be for him to be successful, it wouldn't be a good place for him. I think staying with Frank Reich was, it's not like we don't have, it's not like we have Doug Peterson here. Like he's never worked with Nick Sirianni. Okay. Nick working with Frank Reich is probably the best for him and his interest and what he's going to do over there. And probably most, a good place where he could start too, because who knows with Matt Ryan, you know what I mean? Like who knows with Matt Ryan, if he's going to pan out, if he's going to work out, for them. So we'll see. Joe said, I'm only interested in having Nick sign that 1-day deal, retire as an Eagle. Personally, I believe it was curiosity, interest, and they are good with their QB for now. Jerry said there was more rats in the guy's house than there are people in the state of Massachusetts. Thanks. I think Matty Ice will do all right at the Colts. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Nina says, thank you, Joey. She's so appreciative. No, I bet she is, man. She looked like she was stunned over the news. So that's awesome. Demas said, Joey, have you played Darkwood, St. Dude, Survival Horror, Bear Traps, Poison? I have not even heard of that. No. They said the Folsom Society will have somewhat peaceful protest. Rod said, will Rager be an Eagle in 22? I don't think so. I think he will be traded before training camp. That's my inside feeling of what I think is going to happen. So we'll see. We'll find out. Brand said, what up, Joey? Like up the stream. Appreciate it so much, Brand. Greg says, man, I love Nick Foles. What a legend. Coach says, any other new besides Foles. There's really nothing else, man. It's been really quiet ever since Bradbury was signed. Really nothing else is going on. I mean, we're kind of waiting to see if they make a move at safety. If not, we saw Jadeveon Clowney did sign like a 1-year, $11 million deal with the Cleveland Browns the other day. So he's gone. I'm looking for if they're going to make a move for Chuck Clark or really Jesse Bates at this point. I mean, other than that, I think it might be this offseason might be done. I think we might be, maybe the Eagles will sign some depth pieces, for certain positions. I think they should try to sign some depth for safety if they want to keep Marcus Epps and have Anthony Harris and Marcus Epps there. I think maybe they should do that. Yo, Desrigo Nani, what's going on? I forgot Matt Ryan was a Colt. Yeah, he's a Colt. I mean, they gave up a 3rd-round pick for him. So, Desert, if you guys haven't subscribed to Desert Eagle 9, subscribe to his YouTube channel. If you guys haven't either, it covers the Eagles as well. So definitely do that. Brian said, yeah, man, we lost a bit. Could have used him just in case something happens. I mean, Minshew's here. I feel like if Nick Foles is here, I mean, it made no sense. I mean, it makes sense to me in some way, but in another sense it doesn't, because they acquired, Carson Strong and undrafted, easily. I mean, they pretty much they paid him a little bit more money as well. With Minshew already here, I mean, I think Minshew would have got if Nick Foles was acquired, then then Minshew would be gone. I think Minshew would be on the trade block right now. I think he still is on somewhat of the trade block right now. I think he's out there just in case somebody goes down. So I feel like Minshew might get moved. There could be a good chance between now until week 9 of the trade deadline during the season. I think maybe a move will get made. So we'll see. Ryan says, for Frank Reich, it didn't work with Carson Wentz last year, then now Nick Foles. Sarah said, I like having Foles for insurance. Colts are going to be good this year. Yeah, I think Colts are going to be great this year. I mean, they've done well with veteran quarterbacks. I thought Philip Rivers, when he went there, I didn't think he was going to do much, but man, he played really well. I mean, they've done a good job with veteran quarterbacks, and hopefully Matt Ryan has a turnaround year with a definitely a better offense, better defense than a rebuilding Falcons team right now. Tommy Five says, I don't know, most NFL analysts have the Packers in the top 5 NFC. I'll bet Eagles and Cardinals slide in front, both Packers and San Fran. Hey, I hope so. I think San Fran is the less of the teams in the NFC I'm really worried about this year, even with Garoppolo, and I don't know what they're doing with him. They were trying to trade him, then apparently he had the shoulder surgery or the injury, whatever he had, and teams really didn't want to trade for him at that point. Kevin says, I think Epps will work out. Hey, look, I hope so. The problem with keeping Epps is that we have no depth behind it. Like, it's Kevon Wallace. That's really it. That's all you have behind Anthony Harris and Marcus Epps right now. Tommy says, that clown signing hurt. Miguel says, who's one player you can't wait to see this season? Oh, man. It's probably, one of my favorites is probably A.J. Brown, and then probably Jordan Davis. Those are guys that, Jordan Davis I've been talking about since before the combine. I've been talking about him almost every day before the draft, and we actually got him. So one of my most exciting ones. Biber says, I'm good with Epps. Zamaz says, it's a great game, man. Super underrated. Yeah, I got to check it out, dude. Ryan, what's going on, bro? Yo, Bobby, what's going on, dude? I don't the Colts as a Super Bowl contender either way. Look how tough. Oh yeah, I mean that's just from someone just said that. I don't think so. There's way too much competition in the AFC right now. So I totally agree with that. I totally agree. The Colts, they bring out a new quarterback in here now. So it's, and it's a veteran quarterback. I understand that. But Matt Ryan, I think he's good, but I don't think he's that good. You know what I mean? We'll see. I don't know what he's going to do with this team. So we'll see what he does on the Colts. We'll see. So now I think about they're probably going to roll with Epps. He deserves a chance. That's what it looks like right now. That's what it looks like. I think the Chuck Clark trade will happen if they want to deal Rager. I think that's something we could take advantage of, because I think Chuck Clark is only like a $4.6 million cap hit. He's not going to be expensive for the year. I think he's got 2 years left on his contract, I think. And he can move around. He could be that Malcolm Jenkins piece for your defense if you need him to move around. So it's really not, it's really something the Eagles should take advantage of, because they did talk during the draft. Joe says, for what is worth, Pete King has the Eagles 9th in the ranking of top 10. Cowboys are not in this top 10. Well, to the NFL in general, everyone thinks neck and neck. The Eagles and Cowboys are neck and neck right now. And it's all because of Jalen Hurts, because the league doesn't believe in Hurts. But the league will give us, 5 primetime games this year, because they want to see what the Eagles can do. They want to see what Jalen Hurts can do with these weapons he has offensively. So DJ says Foles would have been a good pickup because he's more than willing to teach younger QBs. Would have been good for the room. You know what? I think that's true, and I also don't believe like that Jalen Hurts will be, you know, he'll get in his head, and I don't believe all that. You know what I mean? I mean, obviously this guy has a statue in Philadelphia right now, so it's kind of crazy, you know. It's kind of nuts, but I get it. Dave K, what's going on, man? What's up, Joey? What's up, bro? Hope all's good. I'm doing good, man. Hope you're doing good as well. Tate said either Goodrich or Job will be our safety depth. I wonder if they'll move Goodrich to safety. Has he even played safety? I know Job has played corner and safety. I don't know if Goodrich has, but they can always make the transition if they want. What's going on, Justin? Go Birds. What's going on, man? Tom said we missed out on signing Clowney. Needed. Yeah, I mean, look, I don't think we need it. I think we're good right now. I think it's okay. You know, other guys just need to step up right now. You know, we got Hassan Reddick. You know, we got guys moving to that spot. So I think there's okay depth there, but I think just adding him would have made it a lot more just better depth wise. And you know, I think it would have helped, but I think we're okay at defensive end. I still think we need to draft one in the first round next year. That's just me. Kilgore says, do we have a better shot getting Clark over Bates? Probably, yeah, because Bates is it's gonna, you know, it could be a hard trade, you know, to do because he's probably gonna cost a higher draft pick, and you're gonna have to give Jesse Bates a big deal. You know, with Clark, he's more of a rental for this year and next year, maybe. Only $4.6 million against the cap this year, so it would be a lot cheaper, in my opinion. There's this, could you rank all positions of football team in order of importance? I'd say quarterback, offensive line. Oh man, importance. God, cornerback, defensive line, linebacker, safety. I think when you go to, I think cornerback is one of the hardest positions to play, especially if you're a player that's playing it for years to stay consistent every year. You know, offensive line, you know, without an offensive line, you have nothing. Your offense will not work. And then your quarterback is the final piece to your offense pretty much. So it's pretty much like that. Ryan said, I think Jalen Reagor will be gone soon. I have a feeling, dude, he will. Tate says Epps going to shock the world. Hey, I hope he does, man. I really hope he does. I think really all I care about is, you know, the issues I have with Epps is really just mainly on coverage, and hopefully we don't need him on coverage too much because, you know, this defensive line should do some work this year. Segi says, I'm excited to see what Hassan Reddick brings to the team. If Hassan Reddick doesn't have 10.5 sacks this year, it's a failure. I mean, this guy should have 10-plus sacks, 23.5 sacks the past 2 seasons. This guy should be moving around from Sam linebacker to edge rusher. He'll be on the starting defensive line in a 4-3, you know, next to Javon Hargrave. I have Cox, Graham, and then you have, you know, Hargrave and Hassan Reddick. So Tommy says, I might as well go back to the Clark and Reagor trade for safety depth. I mean, yeah, 100%. What's going on, Joseph? What's going on, man? Greg says Nick's balled out all the way back to Arizona Wildcat days. Rod Johnson, what up, Joey? Throwing it out again. Bring in Cap for the low to battle for QB2 spot. There's no downside to it. If he works, then we got it. And Minshew bait. I don't know. I haven't heard nothing on Cap at all. Jalen Mick Reagor says, am I making a 53-man roster? I don't know, man. It's not looking good for you right now. I would stay in McDonald's just in case. You know, so you have a backup plan. Sorry, what if the Ravens want Quez over Reagor for Clark? Are you okay with that trade? No, I don't want to get rid of Quez Watkins. I don't. He's going to be on the number 3 cornerback this year in the slot. It looks like, I mean, from what he said at his press conference, well, if they want me on the inside starting a slot, that's what I'll do. I need him to play. 647 yards last year. Should have had 900 to 1,000 yards last year. I mean, should have. I mean, instantly. I will not trade Quez Watkins. There's no doubt. Nick said Nick didn't pull out in the last 3 years. Ron said, you know what? It's funny because Nick Foles only plays well in Philadelphia, and that's the truth. Like, he played for the Jaguars after he left us. He paid his money to get back in the free agency. He paid the Eagles back the money that was due, and to get back in free agency, he got that big deal from the Jaguars. He lasted 1 game and was out the rest of the season on that big contract. You know, because he thought that he could start again after winning the Super Bowl, and then how far he got in that 2018 season. Pretty much we were 1 catch away from getting back in the NFC Championship game and probably going to the Super Bowl again. So I figured with Nick, it kind of like Vinny Curry, like some of these other guys, like they only play well in Philadelphia. When Vinny Curry left Philadelphia to go to the Tampa, and I think he played for the Jets, and I think he's still playing for the Jets now. He hasn't really been the same player when he plays for the Eagles. Some guys just play well here, and it's just crazy. Ron said, in a perfect world, I like to trade Bates and eventually let Harris walk. I'm not a big Harris fan at all. I think Bates and Epps would play together well at safety. No, I agree with that. Look, I think I'm not a big Anthony Harris fan either. I think he should have done a lot more here since he's been here. But obviously last year, this whole defense didn't play up to par. So I'm not going to put too much on him. But he didn't flash to me as much as I wanted him to since he's been here. So I totally get it. Yo, what's going on, Marquise Beverly? Colts Nation in the house. What's going on, man? Eugene says, our team is good as is, but we'll take another free agent safety. Thanks. Says, shout out to Foles Society. Ryan says, Nick Foles get an open for a backup quarterback too if he could play into the transition, great arm talent, strength. There's a cornerback is in the same position to play, and the elite corner gets 2 interceptions a year, and if you mess up, they get a touchdown. Wombat, what's going on, man? What's good, Joey and Peace? Go Birds, baby. Like the video, everyone. Appreciate it so much, man. Judd said, what up, Joey? What's going on, man? Dave says, everyone is forgetting about Hightower. Come on. Well, I don't know where he's going to fit. He's going to have a lot of competition in front of him now. So I don't think they used him the right way in 2019. That's just me. I think they used Hightower just for go routes and comeback route. I mean, that's really all they used him for. They didn't use him They didn't really use him midfield or nothing. They didn't work him middle of the field like they did when he was with Boise State. I liked Hightower a lot. And I was actually more of a Hightower fan than a Quez Watkins fan from that draft. And people told me, like, if Quez Watkins gets his shot, watch out. And I said, we'll see. But I was wrong about it. So, James, hey, Joey just got home. What's going on, man? We're doing good. He said, Nick Foles' Eagle uniform rocks out with his cocks out. Oh, yeah, he broke his collarbone. Yeah, that sucked. First game, dude. John said, it's fine. If rocking with Epps last year, he showed me some promise. Also, Joey, what do you think Hurts needs to do in order to return? I'd say win at least a playoff game. I'm wondering what you think. Yeah, I mean, he's got to win with his arm, period. I mean, I want to see games where he has to win with his arm. Like, he can't run with the ball in his hands. You can't do read option. And you gotta expand this playbook for what you have and with these receivers you have now, especially with A.J. Brown here now. Like, I think you just got to, teams are going to want to at least force Jalen Hurts to win with his arm. And if he does that, and if they win the East, I think more that I want this year is them to win the NFC East and to win a playoff game. That's as far as I want them to go this year, where I think they're going to go. I agree with that, Shakes. What's going on? Where you hiding? Flagos Fly. What's going on, man? He thinks you can't you can't give up on Quez Watkins. No way. Jalen Rager said, I'm moving up the depth chart at McDonald's. He went from the meat to the fries. Oh, damn. Chris Scott says, I love Foles, but this time has passed. Minshew, for me, it's not that I don't love Nick Foles. It's that I'm just moving on from it, and I just want new things. I just don't want to go back to the past. I kind of want to – it's a new era in Philadelphia right now, and I kind of like what we're doing. And, Nick Foles is, who knows how he could play now? I mean, we don't know. Who knows? We could be playing Indy in Indianapolis this year against Nick Foles. You know what I mean? If Matt Ryan, gets hurt or you never know what could happen. Like, Foles could be in that game. That's gonna be hard for us to, wanting him to get tackled a lot, but it is what it is. Eagles fans, did you see the Peter King as Eagles at number 9, the first power rankings? What do you think about it? I think it's somewhat fair. I mean, you got, the Cardinals. Cardinals will be a good team this year. I mean, they lose D-Hop for 6 games, but I think they'll still play pretty well. Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay is going to be good. I mean, the Rams are a problem. I mean, I could probably agree. I said 4 to 5. I say number 5. When it comes to the conference, but I think that's somewhat fair to say. I think 6 is a good spot. Judd said, I hope Quez balls out. I think he will. Yeah, if Quez is off this roster for Rager, I'm going to be pissed. Rager said, you'd rather have Hightower for me on the 53-man roster? Yeah, I would. Probably anybody at this point. Jay said, what up, Joey? Reports team this year, Minshew, would you package him and Dillard for a second? His $900K salary should entice teams. Well, yeah, I mean, him being cheap is definitely going to entice a lot of teams. He's cheap for the year, and I think he's an above-average backup quarterback. I think he'll win you a lot of football games. The more he plays, the more he'll win you games. I mean, I mean, even just say like Hurts wasn't here and Minshew started for this team. I mean, I think it would go very well. I don't think he'll win us a championship, but I think with Minshew, with the weapons he's had around, look what he did in 2020 with the Jaguars before they decided to go after Trevor Lawrence after that year. And, what he did with a really bad Jaguars roster. And Minshew, he made a lot of plays that year, D-Train says, McGregor, I'd rather have J-Jaw than this on this roster. Who that dude? What's going on, man? Charles says, Rager keeps breaking ice cream machine. You said, what's going on, man? Bobby says, hopefully Howie can make that Rager Clark trade. I hope they can get back and renegotiate. I mean, that's what I'm hoping. I mean, if they don't, it is what it is. And Rager's only going to get traded somewhere else. I don't think they're going to flat out release him. I think they want to get something for him at the end of the day. But, we'll see. We'll see. I don't know what's going to happen. I feel like he will get traded before training camp. I feel like he will not be here. So your guess is as good as mine. Yo, Jimmy said, yo, Joey, I don't want Hurts to run unless he has need to, but hit his open guys, not stay on the read, needed some touch and timing on the ball. If Hurts can do that, he's a problem. Yeah, anticipation on throws, man. That's what it's about. Timing, throwing the ball through short windows. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I want him to do. I mean, yeah, having the ball in his hands is great. Running with the ball in his hands is great. I think that's just another plus for our offense. But I don't want them to be the main aspect of this offense. I think last year they did it way too much for Hurts. They did it way too much. And then they have to, like I said, a million times every day since we've been streaming, that they have to expand this playbook. I think that's what they have to do. Jeremy Reyes, I've been working on McDonald's all offseason. I've been bulking up the McDoubles and going to be way less explosive this upcoming season. Keep your popcorn ready for training camp. Dave says, what other plans do you think Howie has for the roster? I think that's it, man. Like, I think just depth pieces. They'll grab some guys, June 1st, wait for that date, wait for June 1st. Because a lot of players will start getting released off teams that they don't want to pay and other stuff like that. So look at that. And then obviously during training camp, the waiver wire, you can get a gem through the waiver wire as well. I think you can actually keep another 3 on your roster this year to new rule. So I think you can actually keep another 3 players on your roster. So we'll see. Jason, what's going on, man? He says, what up, Joey? Just got home. Can't wait for the season to start. Let's go already. Dude, I'm pumped, dude. I can't wait another 3 months. But definitely enjoy your summer, though. Baron said, what does us going for Foles mean for Minshew? Well, it's I mean, Foles is already signed, so it doesn't matter. I mean, I think if they acquired Foles, I think Minshew would already be, I think they would try to move him. They would already try to move him. Cadets United says, do you think Dean will get 7+ sacks? Oh, yeah, I think he'll get 7-8 sacks this year. I could see it. Doug says, hey, Joey, wish we got Foles, the best QB we ever had. Tampa Bay's aging team. They also have a new coach. They won't have go until. Oh, I totally forgot about Arians. What? Todd Bowles is the head coach over there now. I think. I totally forgot that Bruce Arians wasn't coaching. I mean, it's been a while since I even looked at Tampa for a while. But Tate says Carson Strong going to surprise people. I don't think so, man. I think he's got a good arm, but the guy doesn't know how to climb the pocket. I mean, the guy's an old school quarterback mentality. He sits in the pocket like Sam Bradford, throws the ball, and that's it. I mean, he doesn't really do much of anything else. That's probably why he has really bad knees, had past knee surgery. He's going to be more consistent on throws, but I hope he gives us some good looks. So, Joey Shakes Burner says, Joey, would you rather have 2016 Aguilar or 2021 Aguilar? I mean, he played better. Didn't he play better last year? Didn't he play better last year or no? I don't even know what his stats were for last year. I don't even know. Oh, you're talking about Rager's. Oh, Rager. I thought you said Aguilar from 2 years. You mean Rager? Oh, man. Probably, I mean, obviously, I think when it comes to he scored more touchdowns last year than Aguilar did in 2016, I think. It's really tough because Aguilar got separation, just couldn't catch the ball, and Rager couldn't do anything. I'd probably take Aguilar in 2016. It sucks. I mean, I'd probably take Aguilar because of the separation. I mean, other than that, I mean, it's not saying much. But Joey, I think how he pulls off Rager Clark trade in time, we'll see, dude. Days I say it's a weight game after camps and preseason. That will be an $8 million cushion. Says I went back and watched some games from last year, and there was a lot of drop passes and plays called back for flags. I think some people forget. Oh, yeah, it was about 6 to 8 touchdowns were called back last year. I totally agree. Kogo says, when do we have to start cutting players? Not for a while. Not till we get through OTAs and a little bit of training camp. I mean, there's 3 phases to it. I don't know what the date is for the first cuts, but JD Dad said, I think we might get a safety that gets cut. Yeah, and I mean that could be another one too. Especially like that's what I said, like June 1st. Like wait till some of these players get released, whoever's available. I think they'll either get more depth. I'd rather look if they're going to start Epps, great. I don't think they're going to get a starter out of the guys that get released, but I think they'll get somebody for good good depth. So we'll see. People don't forget where there are just a lot of teams that had more drops than the Eagles and were legit playoff teams. Charlie says, "Give me Todd, alligator arms, Pinkston over Rager." And again, my dog keeps farting. What happened? AK said, "What's going on, man?" Jimmy said, "I think Howie was up to something trying to trade Minshew if he was trying to get full." Well, yeah, I think they would have traded him immediately. I think they would have. I think that would have happened. I still think Minshew's still trade bait right now, regardless. I feel like he is still. But we'll see. We will see. Let's see. Justin says, "Hope Covey makes the roster over Rager, Gurich, and Job too." Yeah, Covey's going to be an interesting one for me. The wide receiver out of Utah. Has a really good special teams pedigree beyond. Like, I feel like he's fantastic. I think he'll be our next kick returner at this point. And I really think he could be a gadget wide receiver for this offense. I feel like on end arounds or screen passes, slants, go routes, I think he could do something like that with this offense. I mean, I don't know. He could be a complete bust for all we know, but I like his special teams tape a lot. I like a whole lot. So, we'll see though. Jules says, "I hate people trying to say Cowboys are the clear favorites and they only give the context of Dak as better QB. If it just came down to QB, they didn't the Lions win the division with staff." Yeah, I mean, I think so. I mean, they have us neck and neck, and it's only because of Jalen Hurts. The league does not care how much we increased our roster and how much better it has gotten by a landslide, how much younger we have gotten and how much better talent we have gotten. But when it comes down to it, they're going to compare Dak to Jalen Hurts, and I think Dak is going to get more respect, and that's just the truth, So like it says, not when your coordinator is basically telling you to throw Rager and Aquez or Smith for real. Yeah, I totally get it. Jules says, if you want to stay out of respect and winning previously, then that's different. Joey Shake says, "Hey Joey, if Jalen Hurts puts on the same stats this year but wins this playoff game," oh, I think so. Hey, look, depending how the Eagles get to the playoffs, if the defense is just crazy this year and does better than this offense, then it's a problem. If the defense puts the offense in better, and I think it's part of, with the defense putting the offense in better position on the field, it's a good thing. But if Hurts isn't doing enough, but same stats, he's not getting to the playoffs with the stats that he's not doing that. He has got to play better than what he's doing. I mean, he's got to play 20-25% better. I mean, I think when it comes to his throwing and obviously progression and going through his reads, So, Joe said, "I would definitely take Pinkston over you." Ron says, "What's the most you think we can get for Minshew?" I think a third is fair, but I think if there's a desperate team that loses a quarterback or needs one, I think you can get a second-round pick for him. I think you could try to get a second. T-Change Covey is shifty as fuck. No, he is, bro. Judden says it's a team game when when our roster is better than the Cowboys. They say Cowboys are better because of QB, no winning these people. That's what it is, man. It's all because of the quarterback. Because I don't think the Cowboys have a better roster than us. I think we have a better receiver core. I think we have a better offensive line. I think they top us with linebackers. But Micah Parsons is a beast as he is. We don't know what Nakobe Dean is yet because he hasn't hit the field yet, and hopefully he's going to have as good as a career or better. I think when it comes to linebacker as a whole, I think we have a lot more talent, but I think they have the best player at linebacker between both teams. That is proven right now. I think our safeties are better. I think our cornerbacks are definitely better. Between having James Bradbury and having a big play Slay. And look, I'm not a big fan of Trevon Diggs. I mean, you look at statistic wise, he's had better statistics, but when it gets to the playoffs, he gave up what, 3 or 4 catches in the playoffs against San Francisco. I don't know how many yards it was, but Cole said, "I feel everyone forgets we all had these touchdowns called back. Our penalty probably last year towards the beginning." Says it definitely not. If Jalen does the same thing this year, it'll be a first. I'll say we need to move on. Charles says Jalen doesn't even need to go crazy. If he's a top 12, this team gonna be a top seed. Sports with Bruin says Jesse Hates coming would be us guaranteed Super Bowl. Killer Ghost 10 says, "I think having Brown, now we won't let Jalen fail. He's going to have his back. Well, yeah, I think it comes to not having each other's backs, but I think it comes down to accountability as well. You know what I mean? It is accountability too. Goes to this penalty problem. Yeah, big penalty problem. Big penalty problem. Judson says Diggs is overrated. JJ and Dice on paper, we upgraded Major Rager, needed to go now. D-Train says Diggs is boom or bust. Yang Gang says, what's good is $40 million QB if he can't win a playoff game? I feel like he has to win a playoff game. I think he has to. Joseph Diggs is buns. Kyle says, I'm so glad they didn't get Foles. I'm actually kind of happy they didn't get him either, to be honest. Like, I kind of want to move on. You know what I mean? And I mean, I think that's it. Sports says, I think you skipped my comment. I don't know. I got it. I read it right here. Unless it was another one I skipped by mistake. I apologize. Asper says Slay and Bradbury really excites, especially considering the division we play in. Yeah, no, it's going to be a wide open division right now. So it is what it is. D-Train says grab, but Brown can't help Hurts. He's freaking out in the pocket, then running. Nigel says we missed out on Foles. Damn it. You know, I'm not even. It's like we missed out on him, but like who knows? I mean, it's been how many years since the Super Bowl? Like how well is he playing now? How well is he going to play? And you know, I think he made the right choice going to the Colts with Frank Reich. I think it's a perfect spot for him because I think he wants to start. I think he, you know, all these quarterbacks want to start. But I'm saying I think Foles, I think, has a better. He knows the Eagles are trying to build Jalen Hurts into something. I mean, that's what he knows that we're doing. And I think him going to the Colts was a good spot for him. I think most likely to start, most likely to have success. I think that was a good spot for him regardless. So I totally get it. But Joe Chick says CJ Stroud is that guy. Says, oh, definitely I'm the biggest Jalen fan out here. But it was much as the next person, but I can't make excuses for him with all the talent on this roster. No, I totally agree with that. I mean, he has no excuse, man. I mean, I'm going to be very hard on Jalen Hurts this year. Pause, but you know what I mean. I'm going to criticize him, and it's going to piss people off, and that's what's going to happen. Last year, I didn't criticize him as much early in the season because technically early in the season last year was technically his rookie year still because he played a couple games, 4 to 5 games in 2020. So going into 2021, he hasn't played like a whole season yet still, so I had to cut him some slack. I didn't really go crazy about it. I still complain because that's what I do. But I referring to Dak, 40 million. Dudden says Dallas fans on Twitter will die on the hill that Diggs isn't overrated, even though he is. When you give up the most yards in the league, which is your job, you're not that great. Well, yeah, even you look at James Bradbury, too. So what do you guys think about James Bradbury? Because Bradbury gave up over 800 yards last year. He gave up, 4 or 5 touchdowns, over 800 yards. I mean, he gave up a lot of yards last year. So he didn't have a fantastic year last year, but, you look at the defense for the Giants and, not a great defense. Not, you signed these big names to big money and didn't do much for you. James says, if we had getting Foles, I don't think Jalen would be a cry. No, I don't think so either. I totally agree with that. I don't think he'd be bothered. I think he'd be like, holy crap, do I have a guy that won a Super Bowl here on this roster? And man, this guy can help me out a lot. I mean, that would be what the talk would be about. I think that would be the talk. It wouldn't be horrible. The answer, it's not about reliving the past of Foles. He's another QB coach on the sideline. You probably understand why he didn't come back. Oh, yeah, I totally get it. I just think the Colts was a better spot for him. I think it was a better spot for him. Brought to Alexi, I don't see that Folk in here defending Hurts. He made several tightrope and perfectly placed sideline, easy passes, overlooking his drops the ball. Callbacks make it easy to point on him. Daniel Silva said, with the back seven, we really don't need a safety. I think Harrison Epps will make it happen, and all they need to do is not let wide receiver get behind him. Yeah, I mean, that's it. I mean, hopefully with this pass rush and these cornerbacks don't have to, cover for 8-9 seconds, it would be nice. Gigi Dad says, Diggs not that good to me. He's nice, but he's suspected sometimes. Yeah, I mean, I think he's suspect. I think he takes chances. I think, picks don't mean anything. I mean, to be honest with you, he has 11 picks. Okay, I mean, Darius Slay scored on 3 of the 4 picks that he had last year, but with Diggs, he's more of he likes to jump in front and go after the football. But I don't know. I think teams started to. The one thing that Diggs gets messed up on, I think what the Eagles have to do is he's a double move, okay, waiting to happen. And he gets burnt on double moves easily. Diggs gets destroyed on double moves. That's what a lot of teams did to him last year. But that dude says Foles would have ended up causing too much drama in the long run, in my opinion. Yeah, I mean, with the fan base, 100%, I totally believe that. I totally believe it. Joe says, I think Giants are going to have an okay year. I don't know, man. I think they're bottom of the barrel this year, man. I don't think they're going to do much. I think they have a great coaching staff. I think they had a great draft, but I think with Daniel Jones, they didn't trade back one of their picks. They have no 2 first-round picks for next year. It looks like they're not paying the 5th-year option for Daniel Jones as of right now. Maybe they'll change their minds down the road, but with Daniel Jones there, I don't see it. Jay says Foles have a chance to start with the Colts. I think he does. If Matt Ryan, I think they'll give him a chance. They give him a draft pick for him, so I thought they'll start with Matt Ryan, and Foles will be a nice complimentary behind him. And I think either Ryan's going to fail or he's going to play really well, and I think Nick Foles can end up starting. I think down the road he actually could be. So. Tread says, hey, Joe Shakes, we need to utilize our backs more this year. Even Kenny Brooks will be a stud. Kenny Brooks, I think, will be our 4th running back. If you're keeping Kenneth Gainwell, Miles Sanders, Boston Scott, your 4th running back is going to be Kennedy Brooks. I think he is the bruiser back for this team moving forward. He runs really well between the tackles, plays really well. So I have him being our bruiser. I mean, I would love for them just how Doug used Miles Sanders in 2019 on his rookie year when they had him in the passing game. I think they're not utilizing these guys enough. I think there's more to them. I think Gainwell could do a lot more. I think Miles Sanders could definitely do a lot more that Nick is not exploiting right now. So, Raj, I agree with this. The Giants might be a sleeper in the East if something comes together with that QB spot. Yeah, but it's Daniel Jones we're talking about, bro. Like, I don't get how Daniel Jones could just turn around and be a franchise quarterback for the Giants. Joe said nothing at number 2. Bradbury will be a lot better. JJ Daddy said, look at the team James was on. Mercy, what's up? What's on, Mayor? Saying, I think Bradbury, great cornerback too. Hoot Slay, he learned a lot from big play. Slay, it may help him a lot. Trev says, make me a blue member. A blue member? What is that? Jimmy says the Giants were asked the offense to do shit on their defense, stay on the field all game. Bradbury is nice. He was the best player on the Giants defense. Yeah, I could probably agree with that. Code Ghost says if Cowgirls don't make the playoffs, you think they keep Prescott and Elliott? Both have been too hot lately. I don't know. I think they get rid of Zeke before anything. He's getting paid $18 million this year to pretty much not do much. I mean, he as of getting his new deal, he had one good year. I think his first year on his new deal, he had over 1,000 yards. And I think that was really it. He had like 1,050 yards, and he kind of fell off after the first year of his deal. Joe says Diggs is suspect. Drip says they paying Dak how much right now? I forgot how much they're paying him. Taylor says, yeah, but Dak can't do shit in the playoffs. College Joey, did you know Minshew got 40 pass touchdowns for just 11 picks in his 27 games NFL career? Very few QB4 garbage time to almost all that awful Jags team, sick ratio. He's 1-3 in the playoffs in 7 years. Yeah, they won against the Seahawks, I think, right? Didn't their only playoff win was against the Seahawks, I think, a while ago? And said let's try this again. I think Bradbury is great number 2, and who's to say he don't learn from playing with Slay? It may help him a lot. Yeah, I mean he's going from a number 1 to a number 2, but I understand that it was a really bad Giants defense last year. He was the number 1 guy. Like he gave up gave up 4 touchdowns for like 800. He gave up 800 yards, over 800 yards in general last year. So we'll see. Ernest, I want Jerry Howard, kid for our bruiser. I don't know. He tried out for a mini camp. The guy from Towson and Georgia, I think he went to Georgia Tech as well. I don't know if he even made the team. He's 230 pounds. He's a pure power back. Pure. His tape was okay. I mean, he averaged 4 to 5 yards a carry. I mean, he's tough. He can lay the boom on somebody. So. Let's see, Noah says Jordan Howard should be back. He's still young and produced here. Brooks is cool, but rather have Howard at the moment. Maris says, I think the NFL overhyped quarterbacks based on picks. I like Diggs. He had a lot of, but ain't lockup. No wide receiver. Jalen Ramsey gets picks, but also is a shutdown. But the NFL would have to, you believe Diggs better. Let's see here. Yeah, Seattle. Okay, Seattle was the team. Joseph, they're paying Dak too much. iDrip says Hurts, Minshew, and Strong all have very interesting journeys. Trev says, what do you know about taking losses and bouncing back? Jonathan says wide receiver room should be better this year by a landslide. I mean, beyond this wide receiver room should be even better than ever before. No joke. I'm trying to see if there's anything else going on right now. Let's see here. I don't see anything else going on. I don't know what else they're doing. I mean, I kind of want to wait until the June 1st to see who they pick up. I think they will pick up a lot of depth by that time. Then sometimes I have a seizure on the keyboard. No says, what do you think about Tarter at safety? I mean, maybe. I mean, I think they should throw in whoever they could throw in that position. I think they should throw anybody over there. I think they should move, I think they should move Mario Goodrich over there just in case. They should let some of these guys play multiple positions to see what they could do. Drip says, I'm very excited to see Nakobe Dean. Brad says, Tar's still decent. Joey, talk about your journey to YouTube. Simple as this. I'm an Eagles fan from New York, and there's no Eagles fans around me, and I want to just vent out on YouTube for that reason, and just to vent out about the Eagles in general. That helps me mentally, and that's pretty much how it happened. Really, that was it. I just started recording, and that was really it. No, so me too. He said, hopefully the monkeypox won't interfere with our upcoming season. Let's see here. Hey, James, I'm excited for Jordan Davis. I'm excited too, man. Mayor said, Joey, did you see the new Eagles video? I noticed Hurts has a different stance and throwing motion. Yeah, I saw someone put a video out. I noticed someone put a video, he's flat-footed, staying in the pocket. I got to look at tape from last year and how his throwing motion was in the pocket. I mean, that's him not throwing with pressure around him. So, I mean, I wouldn't make a big deal out of it, but I totally get it. Trevor, do you agree with the stay on your own and be successful? Do you agree with stay on your own and be successful? What do you mean by that? Stay on your own and be successful. Just said Carrick Weefall will have 10 touchdowns, JK. Jimmy said spread them out, run the ball, play action, sling it. Mitch Land Collins still free agent, more on a run stopper, but still could be a solid safety. Yeah, I mean, he is more of an in-the-box safety, though. His coverage ain't great, though. Is he an upgrade over, Epps, though? So I said, give my boy Josh Jobe a chance. They'll probably give him a chance. We'll see. I'd rather have Josh Jobe at safety than Mario Goodrich. Joseph, what's going on, man? He said all the hate for Daniel Jones. He's going to surprise everyone. He's incomplete, not bad. No quarterback could perform well under the past few years. Pathetic organization. Just says they might go with Jobe for safety depth. JJ Dad said Goodrich could be our safety. He's young and good at zone. Grady said, what up, Joey? What's your favorite move? Trade or sign this offseason? Oh, trading for AJ Brown is probably the top of the list. I mean, I want a veteran receiver since free agency. I mean, thank God Calvin really started gambling because we wouldn't have AJ Brown right now. My favorite signing is probably, probably Jordan Davis, because I was talking about him for a long time, even before the combine. No, he will be cheap. I think Collins will be cheap, bro, at the end of the day. Put Philly 500 at safety. He'll do it. He'll do it. He will. Landon Collins couldn't cover his own shadow. Mercer, bro, Eagles have mental. If we lose, my week is messed up. If we're a win, my week is good, and I'm not depressed. Brandon said Milton Williams is going to be a breakout. That's another player I'm looking at, too, going into his second year. Milton Williams from Louisiana Tech was an analytical pick by the analytical team. Was top 5 in a lot of testing, and I'd never heard of this guy when we drafted him, but I thought had a pretty decent year last year. Especially that last game against the Cowboys when he was against the starters, and we were benching a lot of guys for the playoff game against Tampa. I mean, it was crazy, man. It was crazy. I think he gets pressure. He can play defensive tackle and defensive end. I think they can move him around too, which is great. So I think that's a big plus for us. Just as Clowney went back to Cleveland, wouldn't be an Eagle if Baker was still QB1. The activist says Archer's Whiteside for safety. Says, as you mean Denzel Washington at safety. Trev says Kyle Hamilton or Jordan Davis better fit for the Eagles. I think Jordan Davis because they're doing a hybrid front. I mean, that's just me. I think Jordan Davis is the better fit, and I wanted a defensive lineman regardless. I mean, if you gotta know about this team. The Eagles like to take care of the trenches before anything. You have Fletcher Cox. You already have a piece. You have Marcus Epps at safety. I understand you could have upgraded, but you could potentially lose 2 defensive tackles and Hargrave and Cox. That's why I want to get Jordan Davis in the building. Okay, that's why. And I think he's a good talent. So Vev says, I got A.J. Brown getting 2 touchdowns against the revenge game. Mitch says, big thing I'm looking for the Hurts is how his footwork in the pocket has improved. He was bad at heel clicking during his drop backs last year. Super excited to see how he's improved this year. Yeah, I'm excited too, man. Just to be careful with Jordan Davis, a young man with a conditioning problem. That's a big problem. That's all rumors, bro. That's all media and that's rumors. That's not even like true, dude. He was overweight last year, and that was just the way he was 365. They didn't use him as a pass rusher last year. Why? Because they showed that stupid tape of him against Alabama because he looked lazy. He was just overweight, man. And then once the combine came, he lost 20 pounds for the combine, and look how he looked. And I think the Eagles are going to maintain his weight. He's got to maintain his weight. They should put him down to 330, probably 325, if that's what they want to do. So I think that's all BS. I think that was just the media just making him look bad or trying to make him look bad. I guarantee you, if he went to the Ravens, they would have talked great things about him. But because he's with the Eagles, and with Fletcher Cox going to be leaving, Javon Hargrave could be a big re-sign candidate, but leaving as well. I think they try to make him look bad. That's just me. I'll take a Whiteside from tight end to strong safety. Yeah, right. Drip said Milt Williams was the man handling Cowboys O-line. He was, man. He was. Shane Wallace says, which team is going to have a better year? Which team is going to have a better year, 2022, 2023? Mayor Slate said, my favorite sign is either Kyron or the tight end we drafted. I like those pickups. Yeah, Grant Calcaterra looks pretty good, man. I think he's a big favorite to start as the second tight end, plus play with Jalen Hurts in Oklahoma in 2019. Kyron Johnson, man, runs a 4.38, but a little bit smaller as a defensive end / linebacker hybrid, but I think they'll use him for special teams, and they'll use him as a defensive end. I want to see if he's better than Tyron Jackson or something like that, because the guy's a really good quick step. I mean, number 19th first-round offensive lineman, the pick, and Trevor Penning at the Senior Bowl. He was, and a lot of these guys he's got a lot of pushback, which I really like. He was manhandling Trevor Penning in the Senior Bowl. It was my favorite trade, A.J. Brown, my favorite signing, Dean. I totally get it, bro. No one says, do you think Howie got more big move up his sleeve before the season starts? Going after Foles tells me he's looking to upgrade all positions. Could see defensive end or safety, obviously. Yeah, I mean, I think they'll put more depth. I think they'll put more depth. They'll grab more depth at defensive end. I could see one more piece at defensive tackle. I could see definitely more safety, obviously. Offensive line, they'll probably add a guy or two, for another position. So we'll see. DJ said Davis is the pick that worries me the most, not because expectations are high, just worried he pulls an Eddie Lacy. Alex says, why would we want Foles? All of a sudden, didn't the community already agree we don't want him to affect Hurts? I don't think he would affect Hurts regardless. So I said, why does everyone think Fletcher Cox will do this season? I mean, he should. I mean, look, it's a contract year for him. He probably knows he's not going to get re-signed by the Eagles after this year, most likely. So he's not making his best season. Graham coming back on his side should help. I'm hoping that helps, and I hope Graham stays healthy, and I hope he isn't affected by the Achilles injury at an older age too much. So Joe said Joey shakes for safety. I would not make it. Kirk said, do you think Graham will have a good year? Yeah, that's the problem. Like I just said before, coming off that Achilles is going to be interesting. See what he does. Obviously, you imagine having a QB sneak of the ball. You get Mulata and Jordan Davis up there. Yeah, that would be good. D-Train says, dude, you get overweight by not knowing what you're supposed to be doing. 325 sounds nice. Yeah, I'd say if he's around there, he'll be good. George Bro, what's going on, man? He said, what up, Joey? Is it true that the Eagles were in the bidding war for Nick Foles? Yeah, it is true, 100%. Yeah. It's been all over NFL today. So Chris says Davis is going to wreck offenses. I totally agree. Yankee says Jordan Davis is not fat. Dude's just really big. Pause. No one says yes. It was just reported about Foles. Yo Gavin says they're gonna give Whiteside so many chances. He's gonna be a QB next year. Pat C says we'd love to replace Watkins, Julio Jones. Vincent Watson says I think that'll be good with the team we got. Brown says Davis literally moves like he's skinny. Brown says people are just making up things to be worried about. Shane says I want to see Smith, AJ Brown get each other touchdowns this year. Remember, I don't think we signed another defense tackle. Remember, we signed the Bengals. Oh, that Warren guy. I think we might do edge some safety and quarterback. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. It depends if Warren's going to make it. That's the issue. I don't know if he's going to make it as a number 5. I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Judd says, "Who leads the team in sacks this year?" Oh man, I think it's gonna be Reddick. I think it's gonna be Reddick or Hargrave this year. I think it's gonna be Reddick or Hargrave. Could be Nakobe Dean. That'd be my third option if he plays well. So. Hold on. Jimmy says, let's see. When BG got hurt last year, our defense fell off. He's a voice. Oh, I totally agree with that. Yeah, it definitely fell off last year. Definitely fell off. Joseph said 345 is good. LT says Bradbury and Slay mentoring Goodrich, Job, Gowan, and McPherson for a year. Think we should put Slay at safety in a year or two if he starts declining. Yeah, I don't know. He's got one more year left on his contract, so he's a free agent after the 2023 season. So I wouldn't move him. No, you're not moving Slay. I mean, definitely not. Note says, no way Julio comes here. Watkins deserves his Watkins has flashed some serious playmaking and can't wait to see more. Yeah, I mean, he's going to be on the number 3 cornerback this year on the slot, which is going to be great for him. Kirk says, going to Philly this year for a game, what areas of the city should I avoid? I don't know Philly that well. Like, I go to like a couple spots, and that's really it. I mean, I've walked in some really bad neighborhoods by accident, like not knowing. So your guess is as good as mine. There's the passionate Watkins ain't going to go nowhere. Bozo dudes like you is why the NFL would never hire a clown like you to run the team. I says, I'm excited to see what Quez offers this year. Me too, man. You're glad to see BG coming back. Totally agree. Taylor said, imagine Davis getting double-digit sacks. That would be it for his first year. Yeah, that'd be great. Joe says, going Day, Hargrave, or Dean. Dudes talking about replacing Quez with Jones is foolery. Jason says, Cardinals will be on Hard Knocks this year. Joe says, BG going to have a good year. Yank says, I want to see Malott and Davis in the Eagles backfield for goal line plays. Yeah, I mean, the problem is if they do that, they'll probably make it obvious. But if they feel like they could just run the ball down someone's throats, then they could probably get it done. Scoob-Doo says, Joey, look up Joey Porter Jr., DB at Penn State. Farron says, avoid Kensington, Frankfurt, North Philly, and Mantua. Jimmy says, I hope Bradbury balls out when we extend him 2 years if he balls out. Yeah, we'll see what happens, dude. I want to see what we have behind this roster as well. Well, here's the thing, though. They might not re-sign Bradbury because they get a high comp pick next year. So if they release Bradbury, or if he, not release him, but if he leaves after this year and they sign another cornerback, they'll get a compensatory pick. And it's supposed to be as high as a 3rd-round pick. So they might be knowing that this is going to be a 1-year thing with him unless like he turns it around and they're like, damn, we got to keep him in the building for a few more years. Different story, but we'll see. Six, I think we beat the Cardinals this year because D-Hop is suspended. Jim says they should bring back the electric slide every time they get a pick. Judd says, what tight ends make the team? I don't know. I mean, obviously Dallas Goedert's your starter. Calcaterra and Stahl are probably my 2 other guys right now. JJ's not making this roster. I mean, that's definite. So don't say if David, Tyree Jackson, they have to put him. With Tyree Jackson, they have to definitely. He's coming off the ACL, probably still, not doing well right now. So I think they have to literally just put him on IR. I would stash him 100% because he's 6'7". He got long arms. I mean, he's only his 2nd year playing tight end this year. That's it. And I think they need to just stash him away. Notice that Davis got hurt If Davis got hurt on offense, the city would explode. Not worth the risk. Or say Kirk Jones, West Philly, North Kensington, South Philly, Germantown, Uptown. I just said Darius Slay will get a touchdown offense this season. Just as Joey, you got one of the best channels on YouTube. I appreciate it, man. I mean, that's just an opinion, but I do appreciate it. I'm just a fan making content. That's all. Kirk says, I want Stahl to make it too. Name brand said, I think we keep Rager just in case AJ or Smitty get hurt. Mayor says, Joey Porter, Friend State, dad used to play for the Steelers. Joey, dude, 6'3" and have long arms. He's my second DB I want. Damn. Got Toes for Life says, why would they want Foles if they don't they have Hurts and sign a few QBs like Carson Strong? Well, I mean, the news is true. It's not BS. Like, it's not a third-party rumor. Like, it's officially official. They tried to go after Nick Foles. I mean, I don't know, because they figured that having Foles behind Hurts, was a good thing and would be, a good mentoring and, increases maybe they think it's going to increase the quarterback room a lot. I don't know. I think if it did happen, though, I think Minshew would be out the door. I think Minshew would be on the trade block. I think they would actually try to shop him and be more aggressive in shopping him as of right now. So I think that's the truth. So Joe said Bradbury made a bad bet on himself. Mayor says, D-Train, I live in Philly, so I know what I'm talking about. Sag says, Rager needs to do a guy. I can't stand him anymore. Yeah, he needs to go. Name brand says, Slay should do kick or punt returns? What is going on? We want Slay to play safety, kick returns, punt returns. James, I'm going to get going. Have a good day. Hey, James, have a good day, man. I hope you have a good day. Appreciate you coming in, man. Yeah, so really all I'm looking for is if they actually have interest in going after a safety. I mean, other than that, I think our offseason is pretty much completed. I mean, besides June 1st, look at some guys that are going to get released. So we'll see. We'll see. Chris Scott says maybe Howie wants Foles to finish his career in Philly and retire an Eagle. Maybe. I mean, I don't know. I haven't heard much about Foles retiring, so we'll see. Joe said because Foles is a veteran would help Hurts. Yeah, I think so. I think he would. Frankie says, who gets the special team spot on the team, Britton Covey or Olympic wide receiver Allen? I think Covey will get the spot more than Allen. I don't know. They signed Allen to a 3-year deal. So, and it must have been really cheap. So I figure at this point, I don't know. Maybe they have a different, maybe for Covey, they just have, maybe we're seeing something or not. Maybe he'll be a gadget receiver for this offense. I don't know. Maybe he'll be the punt returner for this offense. We'll see. That said Foles would have been QB1 100. You too, and you're welcome. See you. Joe said, I want Slay to play quarterback. He said this D-line is going to make a start out. One of these DBs competing for safety. Mitch says, speaking of Minshew, the Steelers have been calling post-draft about the price. Not 100% sure why, but that's what it's coming out of Pitt. I mean, they have Trubisky and they have Kenny Pickett now, so I don't know. I don't know how they'd want another quarterback as of right now. It kind of makes no sense to me either. Rager's the type of dude who'd be getting robbed. He helped the robber rob him. This Allen catching that tan lines on the sidelines. So he's off topic. But did you see that clip on Twitter where that guy beats the hell out of the airport employee? No, I did not. I have no idea. Just I think Covey will get the spot. Joe says Bradbury had many teams who want him for multiple years. Eagles were the only team, a few teams willing to sign him for only 1 year. I think a lot of teams were going to pay him over 10, 11 a year too, and they got him for a cheap price. I mean, for the price they got him, I think it's a really good price too. It's only $2.5 million against the cap. He got paid 7.3, 7.4, whatever it was, and I think $2.5 million in incentives of for $10 million. If that's his incentive money right now, so we'll see. We will see, my friend. Let's see. Just if Ward, they should try a few trick plays with Ward at QB. He was a QB college. Yeah, Houston he was. Yeah. Kirk says he'll take it over. I'll take Slay over Hurts. Yang Gang says, does Minshew have the best mustache on the team? He does. Does if Ward makes the team. If Ward makes the team, they valued Rager over Ward, obviously, because Rager's a first-round pick. I mean, it makes sense, but it doesn't make sense. Like, I understand you want to try to get as much worth, as much production out of your first-round pick as possible, but that guy has not been doing anything. Joseph watched Bradbury play all season. It's not bad, but he's not as good as people are making him to be. By the end of this next season, you'll probably be better off with a third-round pick. I don't think they have a plan to re-sign him anyway. I think they brought him in for just a veteran presence as a number 2, and I think that's it. So, and I found out about the compensatory pick for him if he gets, if he plays out his contract, whatever, for the year and goes back in the free agency. So I feel like they're going to want to pick more than anything else for next year. Georgia said Rager bites his fingers and says yes before the microwave goes off. What the? That's that. Watch a bunch of film on Bradbury. He's much better than man coverage than I originally thought. Oh, I think with Bradbury, I think his man coverage ain't horrible, but I think for zone, he's very good in zone. Spencer Rager want to get some of the best catches at training camp. Yeah, I know. I mean, that's what I'm afraid of. We're going to see all these one-handed catches from Rager, and we're going to think he's like something special. Because if Pittsburgh has Pickett and they sign Mitchell Trubisky this offseason, it's so doubt they want another QB. They have Mason Rudolph. The cold hard truth says over under 100 tackles for Dean. I think he's over, man. I think he's over. DJ says Covey was a QB in college and never lost a game. Covey also completed passes in college, just FYI. No one says, you might be right about Bradbury, but now he's not number 2. A serious deal in front of him. It's going to help him. I mean, that's Bradbury. That's what he said. When he got interviewed at the airport by John Clark, he mentioned the defensive line, how good the defensive line is. I think that was part of it. I think Slay was a big part of it too, on the recruiting process, obviously. But he definitely mentioned, Bradbury mentioned this defensive line and how good they are, and I think he'll get more success out of it, which will be good. Think about our Super Bowl year. You had Ronald Darby and Jalen Mills. I mean, not the best cornerbacks, but our defensive line was just ruthless that year. Ward is more productive. Bear Slate said, I feel like if we fire Shane or hire a new OC, our offense would be a lot better. This play design looks like college plays. Yeah. I think Shane Steichen and Nick. I think Nick is part of this too, man, because Nick has got a leash on Shane Steichen. I mean, Nick has a leash on him. And when he calls 4 to 5 plays in a row, and he has a certain amount of plays that they're going to be doing, and they're calling him, and Nick makes the adjustments if he has to make them, they have to scheme these guys right. The play design was garbage last year. They were treating Devontae Smith like a number 3 than a number 1. I mean, it was just ridiculous. Totally ridiculous. Zach says, would we have to give up a pick so long to either Samal or Dillard to get Bates? Would you think we'd give up for Bates if Howie wants him? I think Dillard and maybe a second-round pick. Dillard and a second-round pick would be fair because the guy's 25. Jesse Bates is 25 years old, and you're going to give him a big contract on top of it. It's going to be a 4 or 5 year deal for the Eagles. So, I mean, it's going to cost you a little bit. But who knows? Howie Roseman with these trades, maybe he won't be giving up a second-round pick. Who knows? Today, Westbrook says, watching the AFC divisional background, Titans versus Bengals. Damn, A.J. Brown is a beast. Sue says, Debo Samuel's not participating in team activities. DJ, I have to watch that tape, by the way. DJ says, Covey was a QB in high school, never lost a game, and complete pass in college. D-Train says he was a QB in high school, which why I deleted that comment, but still went through, I see. Or said, I want Chris Long for one more year. Yeah, that'd be cool. Yankee said, Michael Parsons says that Jerry Jones is into large black men. Stay tuned. What? What is going on? So Nick needs to open up the playbook. He does. It can't be RPOs and read options. He's got to be more of a pocket presence this year. So, Maris, I want to know who kept calling these dumbass QB runs back to back, knowing it wasn't working. Yeah, it was. I mean, when defense turn us into a one-dimensional offense, that's what happens. The Eagles start running with Jalen Hurts, and it just doesn't work. Who that dude says, in my opinion, 80% of the NFL teams look good on paper during the offseason. Avoiding injuries is going to be key. Oh, yeah, that's definite. That's why I hate doing schedule reviews. I can't stand doing schedule reviews because they're so biased, number one. And number two, it's like in a perfect world when everything's working out for you, offensively, defensively, yeah, it's easy to say who you're winning and losing against. But, it says Dillard in the second is more than enough. Fitzpatrick, another safety, just went for a first rounder past 2 seasons. Can't remember the second guy, but both are better than Bates. Charlie says, Darby had a great year in Washington a couple years ago. Their D-line was stacked. So said Bradbury was a good pickup, and no matter what you get, a third-round pick, you can't lose. But I don't think he's the player by making him out. Well, what are they making out to be? Is he going to be? I think he'll have a good year if we get pressure our defensive line, and he won't have to cover for that much of as much of time as he has. I think he'll have a good year. Like I'm not saying that Bradbury is a great. He's not even a top 10. He's not a top 10 corner. He hasn't been a Pro Bowler since 2020. So I totally get it. I get it. But I think as a number 2 coming in with this defensive line that we have right now and what's around him in the secondary, I think he will play better. Dude, I'm surprised the Jets didn't trade Debo because that's reports were saying before the draft, but surpassed, I reckon. Guy says Bradbury going to have a press conference. I've kind of been waiting on that. I thought he was in Philly a few days ago, but nothing happened. Them says how would you react to the first game? Jalen Hurts throws a deep pass to Jalen Reagor for a touchdown. Would you like him more? It's not gonna make up. One touchdown doesn't make anything. Like he got a touchdown the first game last year against the Falcons on a screen pass, but he had 2 touchdowns for the year. I think 2. He had one against the Falcons, I think one against the Raiders, but the Raiders one was a good touchdown. He caught the ball in front of 3 guys, ran around them and scored. No, 1 touchdown doesn't mean anything. Nothing. Sometimes the Eagles offense got to stop being predictable. That's definitely true. Pastor, do you think the playoffs loss was a good learning experience for the Eagles, or did it demoralize him? I think it was a good. This is a young team, a first-year head coach. New offensive coordinator, new quarterback. I mean, you had too many new pieces in this offense right now. This offense was young last year. So having that playoff experience was great for them. I definitely agree. Definitely great for them. Theater says that Jerry Jones got an accident where all the prostitutes hang out. There's if we give up a lineman, we can't give higher than a third for Bates. Just down offensive linemen have high value. I totally agree. The cold hard truth is over under 10 interceptions between Slay and Bradbury. I think. Oh, man. I think under 10 this year. I think under 10. Trev says, would you box Jake Paul? That said, he's ranked number 4 on PFF for zone quarterback. Zach says, Tyler Jackson more involved this year. I think they stash him, dude. I think they stash him on IR. That's what I think, because he's coming off of that ACL injury. I don't know if he's still good. I think he got that injury late in the season. So, Jamal Adams was with the other safety that was a trade for a first. Had it look up. All right, says, I completely agree with the biased schedule reviews after hearing some Giants fans say they were going 10-7 and sweeping us. Mir said, I felt like Gainwell was more dangerous when he was playing wide receiver in the slot. Keep making good plays from the slot. We need to have him. Oh, yeah, because he's a dual threat, dude. I think he could definitely get in this passing game. That's what I wanted to do with Miles Sanders. Like, Miles Sanders' his rookie year, like, Doug had him going after passes. I mean, I loved him playing as a receiver because he's a big mismatch on linebackers. You could definitely use him. Ryan says, hey, Joe, what's up? I remember I was saying I seen the Jets scout called Dean the next day. Lewis's name is Daniel Kelly. You can watch his breakdown on YouTube. I definitely got to check that out. Suk says, what do you have winning the NBA Finals? Because Dallas Mavericks are imploding. Dallas. I haven't even watched basketball at all. I haven't even had time, to be honest with you. I've been looking at the highlights and stuff, but Reagor needs 20 touchdowns. Jason says 500. You lost some weight, JK. What's up, my people? What's going on, man? Mercedes, that loss got us all these toys. That's what happened. Win said, can this team live up to the hype? We have the pieces to make some noise in the league. I think we could do it. I'm not saying it's going to be Super Bowl, but I'm going to say they could win the East. I'm not saying that they could win a playoff game this year. Say Westbrook said, JG is the only thing that scares me this year. Offense is going to find a way to score regardless. If we are not setting pressure, we're just wasting the talent on this D. Yeah, he can't give quarterbacks too much respect. I mean, 6 to 8 quarterbacks threw over 80% completion percentage. I mean, Justin Herbert threw 91%, I think, against us, which is ridiculous. Derek Carr was like 31 to 34. It's just nuts, dude. Like, he's got to be better. He's got no excuse with the pieces he has now. Move all these moving pieces he has with this defense now. There's just no excuse for it. No, it said definitely didn't demoralize them 31-0. They were starting tackling on points by the end. They could have just tucked their tails, but they kept on going for it hard. Abdul said, what up, Shakes? Do you think Ward will get playing time? Love the work you put in. I appreciate it, Abdul. I don't know. I mean, if you're asking me that now, I really don't know. I don't think they value ever since Nick has gotten here. I don't think they've even valued Ward whatsoever. So Joe says Jerry Jones walks around with the rose vibrator. Yeah, he says, I'm hoping we have a highly ranked college draft prospect with the last name Weed. I just want to hear Mel Kiver and those other people say they're high on weed. Mary Slate says, Coach Dalton needs to be in the Hall of Fame every lineman. We lost another team is starting and making Pro Bowls. Yeah. You take, oh my God, what's his name is with the Colts right now? That was not, we didn't even want him to start. I forgot, what's the guy we let go? He went to the Colts. He's a starting guard now. What, starting guard or tackle? I forgot. What's his name? Second said, bro, what's the Eagles would have get Devontae Adams instead of Raiders? It would have been crazy. Yeah, but to pay him over 30 a year, I don't think the Eagles were I don't think they were going to do that. Russell, remember when did you smoke Bradbury Pepperidge Farm? Remembers. Yeah, because that's the only clip that the Cowboys could put up is that one clip. That's the only clip that they could put up of Bradbury getting burnt. Congratulations on your one clip. Freaking idiots. Venom says, if we still had Zach Ertz, would have traded for him to Jesse Bates. Pat says, do you think anyone ever explained to Jalen that he could throw a football 60 miles per hour and can only run with the 18 miles per hour? Brad says, if he's cheap and Hurts falls, Garoppolo had success in the Shanahan system that's similar to Sirianni's. Eagles roster is too good to waste if Hurts sucks again. You're saying you're getting Garoppolo next year? Yeah, I don't know, man. Rounds, I know edge rusher is number one priority next year in the draft, but we do go cornerback or safety after that. I don't think Bradbury will be a cornerback too long enough. No, I don't think he'll be cornerback too long term at all. I think if you want to see what you have with Job and Zach McPherson, Tay Gowan. I'm excited for Tay Gowan and Zach McPherson and especially Mario Goodrich. So I think there's some guys behind there that you want to see really pan out. I'd rather have AJ and everything we've gotten versus D Adams. Mersley says, Russell, who you team? Ryan says, this team will live up to hype. I'm saying NFC Championship game, but we won't win. Ryan says, then the Super Bowl next year. If Hurts works out this year and goes beyond expectations, I think they can contend for a Super Bowl next year. I think they do. Now, it's a fire Doc. Don't resign Harden, trade Rager, cut JJ equals pure happiness. With Mary says, sup, Joey? I have a feeling we are parting ways with Sanders if he doesn't stay healthy this season. Also, can I get a wrench? Yeah, dude, I've seen you in the chat a lot of times. Hold on. Yeah, I don't know what they're doing. I mean, Sanders is gonna. I don't think even if Sanders has a monster year, I think he'll have a 1,000-yard season this year if he's healthy. I think they will, but I don't think they're gonna re-sign him. He's gonna want the bag, dude. I mean, he's gonna want the money, and unfortunately, I don't see it happening, man. I don't see it. I don't see him being here regardless after this year. I really don't. Brandon says Gannon has no excuse not blitz more this year. The Eagles have a secondary now. The Coach Truth says last one over under 4K passing yards. I think he's under. I think he's like 3,600 this year. Matt Pryor. Thank you, Justin. Yeah, Matt Pryor. Big V went to Detroit. Yeah, Big V went to Detroit and he ended up getting hurt. And I think he missed a lot of time. Dennis Kelly, holy crap, went to the Titans. He's still he still starts for the Titans. Dennis Kelly. How old is he now? He's got to be old now. He's got to be really old now. Pryor, Dennis Kelly, and holy crap. And Matt, holy crap. That's nuts. I totally forgot about Dennis Kelly. Mayor said, the dude from Green Bay, we drafted him like 2014. We cut him. He's on the Packers now. You talking about Rasul Douglas you're talking about? Rasul Douglas, yeah, I understand that, but like the Rasul Douglas thing, I don't really take into contention with that just because like he's been to 4 teams. Like he got good after going to 4 teams. I mean, it's not like he went to another team and totally just boom, he just exploded, and played really well. I feel like it took 4 teams just to get him good. Pat says the Cowboys were number 1 point scorer last year. Do you think the Eagles could score more points than them this year? It depends. I think they can with the offense that they have. I think they can score a lot of points this year. Choose the Bengals until after July 15th to extend Jesse Bates, so we might not get any news until late June. 4th down conversions and scoring inside the 10-yard line. That's game now. 4th and goal inside the 5. Almost everybody's going for it. That's true. Marisley, I heard Sixers coach is going to assign another superstar. Tommy said, why can't the Birds use Sanders like Aaron Jones? They use him as just they don't do much with him. I want them to use more of Miles Sanders in this passing game. They don't really throw screen passes to him either too much. I mean, I don't know. King says Matt Pryor got messed around with the Eagles. They were playing him at both guard spots, and he was always best suited at tackle. Pryor is a beast. Right, so I have a feeling Goodrich is going to be cornerback 2 next year. By his 3rd year, he'll start. I watch a lot of him. He has a high ceiling. He was slept on in the draft due to backroom chatter. Is that why? We have 189 in the chat, guys. Appreciate everybody being here for the stream today. If you guys haven't subscribed to the channel. We cover the Eagles every single day. Check out some of the content. If you guys haven't liked the stream, please like the stream. It does help the channel a lot. And check out the memberships in the pinned comment. We've been over an hour already. Probably going to do another few minutes. I'm not going to go too long today. Tomorrow, we'll probably have like a 2-hour stream tomorrow, so we'll definitely have a longer stream. I have some stuff I got to do. Errands I got to run today. Unfortunately, I don't want to wait till, it's already 4 in the afternoon now. I don't really want to wait until later. So yeah, that's what I'm got to do. I got to get stuff ready. So we'll go for another few minutes, guys. But I appreciate everybody watching the video, supporting, and it's been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of fun. This offseason has been a lot of fun, guys. I think this is probably one of the most interesting, probably most exciting off seasons I've ever been through as an Eagles fan, and the hype is real for this team. And I'm getting ready, man. It's gonna be a slow 3 months, but it's definitely worth it, though. Definitely worth it. Let's see here. Tommy says, I heard Willis throwing a straight picks in OTAs. Oh, I'm not surprised. Brandon says Sanders probably goes to Dallas next year. Dallas knows he's good, just injury prone. Dallas will be done with Pollard and Elliott after this year. Saint says, bro, what happened to Jordan Howard? I completely missed us losing him. Did we just let him walk? Also, Miles should have a huge year this year. Yeah, he's a free agent right now. Not Rasul, the old lineman. That went to Green Bay? I don't know. I don't know who went to Green Bay offensive line-wise. I just know Rasul Douglas went to Green Bay. That's it. Branson Eagles Real Talk said that we're going 15-2. Zach says, bro, we could draft Jimmy Gibbs. He's the best running back. Joey, you got to watch some highlights on him. I'm definitely going to check out some of these guys. Rice says Douglas always finds a way to ball, though, for picks. Rasul went to Carolina, then Green. No, he went to Carolina, the Raiders, then Green Bay. He went to the Raiders, and then he went to Green Bay. Ghostman says, should we go after Robert Quinn? Nah, probably not. Woods says, who has the most sacks on our D-line this season? Fred says, we don't run powers as enough. Zach says, any targets at safety aside the Bates? There's really, other than Chuck Clark, I don't know who else they want to go after. Ross, I understand why you think Miles is going to demand a ton of money just because he had a breakout season this year. Why are you so certain about that? Because he's still on a rookie contract, and these rookies want to get big money. This is how rookies get their millions of dollars. This is how they get their big money. And he's not a first round pick; he's a second round pick. So, you know what I mean? It's they want the bag. They want to get the bag. They want to secure their futures with off their rookie deals, and their families, and that's why I think he might want more money. Chris Philly says, when do training camp start? I don't even know, dude. I have to look at all the dates. I don't even know when it starts. I'm guessing late July to I think August, probably, most likely. I mean, no. Late July to probably somewhat in July, I guess. Branson, Aaron Jones is far better receiver than Sanders. Aaron Jones is one of the best receivers out of the backfield in the league. He's almost as good as Kamara. It says Herbig probably ends up starting for the Jets with the talent coaching. I totally agree. He will. He's a starting player. I mean, he's definitely a starting player. Cam Jurgens is definitely going to be competing for that right guard spot with Driscoll. I think they're going to give him a lot of playing time. Baron says, what's going on, man? Fran says, I remember against Buffalo, Sanders the backfield, Howard, he took it to the house up the middle. Howard lead block, 60-yard. Oh, the Bills game? Yeah, that was great. Having Howard and Sanders on the field was great. I think because Howard's one of the best blocking running backs in the league, especially picking up blitzes. I think he's one of the best at it. Philly says, I think it's ridiculous Chip Kelly didn't trade Nick Foles. We would have won more than one Super Bowl. I don't know. I mean, I can't even really tell you that. I mean, he traded a lot of guys. If Nick Foles was going to fail, he was going to fail because of what he had around him too, because we were getting rid of guys left and right. Chris, any new horror movies coming out soon? Not that I know of. I mean, other than Halloween Ends, I don't know what else. I mean, I look at the low budget films on Amazon stuff. Joe says, I'm off tomorrow. Well, dude, I hope you enjoy your day, man. How did Jerry Jones get anyone pregnant with the old Dusty? God. Scaldy said, what up, Joey? What's going on, Scaldy? Yeah, no news yet, man. All right, Sexton, man. I'll see you later, bro. Oh, besides Halloween ends. Yeah, I mean, that's really it. All right, says, man, you guys love Sam so much. I don't see it. He's just durable. He's not strong. He only gets. I would say he's not durable, dude. He got 2 injuries in 1 year. I mean, see what he does this year. I mean, you know what I mean? Hopefully, this is not going to be a continuance with his injuries. The next month is so slow, but late July when camp opens, I love camp. Joe says, hey, Joe, you have kept as entertained as in the offseason. I appreciate it. I hope I have, man. I kept myself entertained too from you guys. So if I keep you guys entertained, you guys keep me entertained. Well, rent is $2,400 for 2-bedroom apartment. I think it's going to blow my head off. Yeah, it's crazy, dude. This is Joey. I'm head out. Naj Roomba, what's going on, man? He says the first open practice at the link is going to be crazy. Yeah, I haven't been to open practice since, I don't know, 3-4 years ago, maybe. I went to one, I think, a while ago, just in July. I think it was 2000, I don't know, 2015, maybe. I don't even remember the last open practice. I think it was when Byron Maxwell was there. I think it was 2000. It might have been 2015. I think it was July 26th. Willie says, yeah, I don't like Sanders either. I was hoping we would replace him in the draft. Francis says, I'm saying we just have to run downhill with Togs. I know, I definitely agree with that. Brad said, if we get Bates, we'll have a difference maker, defensive end, outside linebacker, defensive tackle, linebacker, cornerback, safety, definitely top 5 defense, and then we'll be a top 4 in conference and a contender for sure. Because Chip Kelly traded our whole offense away. Brad said, blessing in disguise, no Nick, please. Brad said, Hurts needs the reps in the preseason. It's a mistake if the Eagles try and shield him from the media fan base. The Eagles offense will likely be much different. You know what? And if Nick is here, it's just going to be like the media back and forth. Oh, every time Jalen Hurts has a bad game, throws a pick, you know, it's the fan base. It's going to be annoying. It's just going to be really annoying. So most cats were close to COVID the past 2 seasons. Some teams had limited last season. This year will be crazy. Yeah, I mean, I know I haven't been to. I think 2015 was the last time I went to an open practice. I think that was it. I think I was in there. I think I was there for like an hour and a half, and I left because it was so hot. And I was sitting in the sun too. The seats, you know, when those seats are in the sun for a long time, it was like 90-something degrees that day. I was dying. I was sweating. I went to. Me and my girl went to what's it called, the market over there. What's the market in Philly over there? The big food mall over there. What the hell is it called? I keep forgetting it. Something market. What the fuck is it called? I totally forgot. Brain fart. Tell me, peeps. What's the market called over there? Francis, thanks, Shakes. Have a good day. Thank you so much. That's why I say I hope we get Bates. I think Klein would help us, but to me, Bates makes more sense. Oh, yeah, I mean, for long term, yeah, of course. Reading Terminal, thank you. Reading Terminal, yeah, dude. Reading Terminal is great, man. Oh my God. If I was working in Philly, man, that would be my spot every day. That food is just so good. I love it over there. I went there, dude, with the air conditioning. I went in there. Yeah, I went in there for just to eat. I was only there for an hour. I was like, yeah, we got to get out of here. So. Brad says it'll be interesting to see if Gang are conservative. He was last year. If his scheme last year was conservative just because of the Eagles personnel. Yeah, it's a good place to eat, man. I had like a Italian, like a fresh Italian combo. I had chicken wings. I had what else did I have? I had lobster mac and cheese. That was the shit. I gotta say, that was the shit. Almost 100 degrees in Florida. Scully Boss, I can't wait to go home opener. Just see Kirk Cousins to get sacked. I will be at the home opener, guys. I will be there. Hero says Malata proposed his new wife at Ring Terminal. Yeah, I saw that. That was funny. That was funny, dude. Cole Hard Truth says, if you had to bet your life on Sanders stay healthy all next season, what are your chances of you surviving? I feel good about him this year. I feel good that he'll stay healthy. I feel good about it. So it looks like, shout out to Mayor Slate. So it looks like Washington could be moving to they could be making a new stadium. It says Commanders reportedly, shout out to Mayor Slate, by the way, for sending me. They said Commanders reportedly purchased 200 acres of land in Virginia for a potential stadium. Washington Commanders may have just secured land for a new stadium. The Commanders just paid more than $100 million for about 200 acres of land in Virginia, according to ESPN's John Keem. The deal was reportedly completed last week, but yet to be filed with the county. Though nothing has been finalized, a source told ESPN that is the preferred site for a new stadium. Huh. About friggin' time, right? In Virginia. Lobster mac and cheese sounds good. It's my favorite. One of my favorite things to eat, actually. Barons, I love Kyron Johnson got a sack against New Orleans on Penning. Yeah, dude, that'd be funny as hell, man. Love Remington Market. Joe says, oh, yeah, lobster mac and cheese is incredible. Why did you mention it? Now I want some. Dude, I get it from a lot of places, but there's a few places I love getting it, man. It's great. It just says Virginia. That's all it says. It just says 200 acres of land in Virginia. That's all it says. Because the chain locations won't help any. Brett says, who do you think is going to win the finals? I don't know. I haven't even been watching, dude. I've had no time to watch basketball at all. Brent says, it seems like Nick doesn't like Sanders. There were many games where he barely used when healthy. Well, I mean, damn. I mean, when the playoff game, he was almost out for 3 weeks. He was almost out for 3 weeks, and they used him the whole game. They didn't run with Boston Scott or Jordan Howard until the third quarter. Scully says, Commanders need to replace Dan Snyder while they're rebranding for nothing. That franchise is cursed. So they says, Joey Shakes, what up from San Antonio, Texas, but the Commanders won't have an owner, though. Probably not. Probably not. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to head out. If you guys haven't subscribed, you're new, subscribe to the channel. I just put out a video on Nick Foles and the all thing that went on with him. I'll have another membership video out by tomorrow, a couple of membership videos out by tomorrow and the next day. Yeah, so subscribe, like the stream, check out the memberships if you guys have it. Join the Shake Squad Army today if you guys have not, for the extra content is there. And that's pretty much it. Tomorrow we'll have a longer stream. I have some errands I got to do before it gets late. It's already like past 4 o'clock. So I got to get going, unfortunately. I would like to talk longer, but that's it. I appreciate you, Justin. Thank you so much, man. Yeah, you too. You guys have a good day, too. You guys have a good day. So, all right, Killer. All right, guys. You guys have a good day, and we'll see you on the next one tomorrow. I'll see you guys. Shake Squad, follow slide. Peace out, guys.